Hello and welcome to Stargazing, the show that brings you up close and personal with your favourite stars of reggae and dancehall music, Jamaican popular culture and people who've impacted society in a very big way. I'm Shaun Cain. In this edition of the show, we'll speak with cultural reggae singer Michael Fabulous. Let's take a look. Michael Fabulous is a cultural reggae singer who hails from the Jamaican parish of St. Mary. He enjoys the elements of nature. In fact, he regularly strolls by the popular White River in St. Anne, goes for walks in the hills, or lies in a hammock, relaxing and enjoying the breeze. He has set up a farm where he plants all kinds of crops. He has told the Stargazing with Shaun Cain Show that the practice excites him tremendously. He says it helps him to keep in touch with his spirituality. The St. Mary resident becomes energized as he watches new shoots on his farm. Fabulous tells us that being able to stay close to nature always holds a special place in his heart. But best of all, the Rastafarian singer especially cherishes every moment that he sits on the banks of the White River and meditates on life. Just gazing at the rapids and how the powerful forces of gravity pulls the beautiful waters along and how the aquatic animals seem comfortable in their surroundings make him feel deeply in sync with nature. In fact, it was the White River that kindled his biggest musical inspiration. The singer piles all his nature-inspired joys onto one album that he appropriately named The White River. Fabulous has traveled the world and performed his reggae gems in places such as California, Las Vegas, New York, Montreal in Canada, and parts of Europe and the Caribbean. He has collaborated with some of the biggest names in reggae and dancehall music. Among them is fellow parishioner, the fireman Capleton. The two asked the thought-provoking question, who is your enemy? Fabulous also teamed up with 80s dancehall icon Powerman on the track One Way, in which they implore the listeners to behave righteously. They explain that there's no other way for mankind to experience harmony and love but through God.
Live on the road, jaggy with the code. Real talk me off it up like a board. Rain wet with sunburn, with that just the struggle. Lightning thunder, me still a figure juggle. Real get a youth, not no time to smuggle.
The cultural singer's repertoire continues to grow, as he is always in the studio, either making dub plates for DJs and sound systems or recording music for his fans. As he covered the American pop singer Bruno Mars' Just the Way You Are hit song, Fabulous reminds the music world that whether it is romantic or just brotherly love, he remains strongly grounded in every type of love. Welcome back. Fabi, what go on, sir?
I'm there, you know, Sean. Everything good.
How's the weather?
Oh,
that's nice to hear, man. How's the weather?
We have some England weather today. English weather we have.
all right. So, well, I can't fault you for that. It's exactly what it is, right? But you know what, Michael, the situation is that you are a real patriot. When I look at your work, I can see that coming right through. In fact, you sang about the White River, which forms the boundary or the border between St. Mary and St. Anne.
Yes.
Now, why is the White River so important to you that you had to sing about it?
Actually, that song "White River" wasn't a song. When I left Kingston and come back to country, I used to live near the White River in St. Anne's, in Exchange. And I always used to just go down by the river, and when I reach near, I said, "Me, I go take a wash in the White River," just as a little slang, cause you had to walk through the bushes and go down there. So for years, I always keep singing, "Me, I go take a wash in the White River" when we reach at the river. But actually, when I got a rhythm track, I was listening to the rhythm track, and it sounds just like that little slang we may have. So me just come out with the song White River, me just put it together.
So did you at any point get a chance to take a wash off in the White River?
Every time.
Really?
As I mentioned, I used to live just next to the White River, so I used to walk down to the river. And although I don't live there anymore, I still visit the White River on and off same way. Go all our vibes from the White River and everything.
Well, it's interesting that you said you hold a vibe, because I'm just keen to find out the inspiration for writing. Where did that come from? Because you wrote about the White River and quite a few other tracks. So where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, the inspiration is from what's happening around, and sometimes just the rhythm speaking something that I've just put the words to what the rhythm is saying. You know, so the inspiration comes from things what is happening, the vibes. Sometimes you get a rhythm and the vibes of what the rhythm is saying. It inspires you to say, to put words to it.
But when you say what the rhythm is saying, what does a rhythm say? Because I'm not a singer and I'm not a songwriter. So when I hear a rhythm, I just dance. But it doesn't talk to me. But it obviously talks to you.
Well, it's the same thing. Actually, it's the same thing. It's just that you're dancing and I have to get words to it. So somebody else might be moving their foot a little fast and you might be moving your foot slower. It depends on the vibes that you are getting from the rhythm. So it's basically that.
So we don't get anything different from it. It's just that you have a different job. You've got an additional job, which is to put words to
Yeah. I have to put words to it. You know, because most time the rhythm speak to you. You know, or sometimes you already have a song, and when you hear that rhythm, it just fit right on the beat.
Right. But do you ever sometimes get a beat or a rhythm, as you call it, and it just sounds a bit really sad, like it's something that you want to just probably cry, or you just want to just retreat within yourself and not get too excited, not jump around, not get too happy? Does it ever feel like that?
Yeah, man, that happens sometimes. So the song, you're gonna come out with a song of that nature.
Right.
You know, because that's what the rhythm is saying. That's the vibes of the rhythm.
And do you think that sometimes when you put words to paper based on a rhythm, it's because you're in a certain mood or you're at a certain point in your life? Maybe something sad has happened to you or something. You've just had some good news?
Yes, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. Because I can remember when I have a song named No Mercy for the Merciless. And that song was inspired. My uncle and his wife was killed brutally.
Wow.
And
sorry to hear that.
I just write that song, No Mercy for the Merciless. It was coming from that type of vibes. From a death of a family members. So
was it kind of revenge? Was it revenge you were thinking about, or you were just thinking?
No, I wasn't thinking revenge. I was just saying there'll be no mercy for the merciless. Your day will come, your time will come, no matter how long it takes.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope that you found some solace in that song and you were able to carry on a lot more, a lot better.
And that song was my first popular song in Jamaica that people know.
Because it was coming from the heart. It was coming from a real place.
Yeah, you understand. Yeah. It was the first song that people know from me. I recorded before that. But No Mercy was the song that introduced me to the Jamaican people.
What a way to be introduced. But as long as we know about you, that's what matters, because we have danced to your music, we've sung along to it, and you know that your music has taken us through some really difficult times as well. So thank you so much for, you know, sharing your work with us. But let's stay with the White River for a little while, because I realize that means a whole lot to you. You've named your album The White River. I think that was released quite a few years ago. But then again, it was produced far away off the shores of Jamaica. How did you manage that? I think it was produced in Europe. Tell me about the production of that album.
Well, with the production of that, I hook up with the Lion Music out in Portugal. I was introduced by one of my friend Paulo, who lives in Portugal, and he was like, "Oh, I need you to I have a friend who has some good beats," and you know, so I was introduced to the Lion Music, and he sent me some tracks, and I recorded The White River, and then I recorded some other songs, and we said, okay, let's go for an album. So I produced some of the track, he produced some of the tracks, and that's it. We came out with the album White River. And just to let you know, White River, I released the album on a professional USB thumb drive.
Yeah. I've never seen that before. How does that work?
So actually, this is the USB thumb drive for my album. It's called The White River. Right? And this is one of the first reggae album released officially on a thumb drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in 2009 I went on a tour to tour this album.
Right. Interesting. That looks quite interesting.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna play that, you just normally plug it in like you normally do a USB.
Yeah, you just
select.
plug it in, you just push it. This is actually the thumb drive. You just push it in your, and you put it in your pocket. It's like a for your billboard.
Yes. Right, and so you just select your song, you go to that drive, select what you want from it, you just play. Well, quite interesting, never quite seen it like that, but I can understand, you know, how it works. So I would imagine it's got lots of capacity on it.
Yeah, I had to come with something different for the album.
Yes, I see where you're coming from. But, you know, doing that remote, if I may say, like a kind of remote production of albums, I know that's not it's very popular anyway, but considering that this is being done in Portugal, I'm not sure how strong the reggae energy is over there. Did you feel any sense of kind of a trepidation, if I may say that might be a bit strong though, but any bit of reservation that the album might not be as what you expect?
Well, the single has become quite popular. As you know, album don't sell that much again. If you're online, you have to be the Marleys to really sell a lot of. But I always want to have something physical, because this is like a collective collection item. You know, something you can hold on to. I'm from the old school, so I want to have something physical. Although it's
not so much of this MP3 stuff and all of that.
Well, it's MP3, but I want to have something physical, not just online and download. And because I've sold a few of these. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I see where you're coming from. You like having your music in a form that you can see. It looks quite tangible. You can hold on to it. For example, you have your vinyl. Yeah, you've got your vinyl or you've got your CD. You know that. Yeah, that's my music there. Yeah. Right, I see what you're saying. Or the cloud thing wouldn't work too well for you because you can't see anything.
Well, it doesn't matter if I'm in the cloud. Yeah, no problem.
Yes,
but I want to have something physical.
Yes. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, I want to have something physical. Now, and you were saying about Portugal with the reggae. It's not.
Yes, I was saying that. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying that the fact that you produced the album, some of the tracks were produced in Portugal and some were produced in Jamaica. So the fact that you weren't actually in Portugal in a recording studio laying down the vocals and watching them come together, did you feel at any point that, well, it might not have the kind of oomph that you would have wanted?
Yeah,
to
but
have?
when the rhythm was playing, and a lot of time I'm there on my phone and watching the vibes of the musician.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you were still capturing.
I was still capturing. Yeah. Sometimes they all send me something. Say, this is where we're at. Listen, watch. You know.
Right. So they kind of got your feedback quite regularly.
Yeah, man. We were working hand in hand. Yeah. The Lion Production.
That's really...
all those wonderful musicians from Portugal. Dodo Spencer, there's this guy named Dodo Spencer. I want to big up. Great guitarist, yeah. He put a lot of work on this album too.
Right. Yeah, I like when so much passion comes into it. All the people who are working, all the people who are part of the production team. Yeah. The bit that they need to do, they have so much passion in it.
And the funniest thing on my tour 2019, Portugal was was my biggest show. I was so surprised because I was upstairs and watching the crowd get in, and I was like, whoa, so much people came out to see me. It was
that's an honor.
Yeah, it was a really
a special moment.
Yeah, it was really packed.
But, as you mentioned that you regularly travel abroad to perform and showcase your country's musical heritage. Now, I know you talked about Portugal, so you've been to Portugal to perform. Where else have you been?
Okay, in terms of Europe, I've been going to Europe for the past 12 years, right? I went to Germany first, and I've been to Austria, Spain, Paris, France. I've been to quite a few places in Europe.
So have you not been over here in England?
Yeah, I've been to England once. I was in England a couple years ago, just once though. Just once.
So how do people respond? How do people respond to reggae in those countries?
It's funny because sometimes you're performing. It's just like these people. They if you're gonna have a show, if Michael Fabulous will be performing, you have people who go on their YouTube, they listen to your song for a few days. So when they're in the show, they're gonna be singing along. Yeah.
That's nice. It must be quite a humbling feeling.
Yeah.
When you know that I conceptualized this song in a little studio in Cherishes or in St. Mary or probably in the hills where you do your farming, and look at these people in Portugal just singing word for word and just really enjoying it. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's a great feeling because when you work, people accepting your work, and then you're being paid, maybe not a large amount of money, but for your energy you've been paid, and the music you've been heard. You get a few new fans who might buy a CD or a thumb drive, or they're gonna listen to you tomorrow on Spotify or something. It's a great feeling.
That's very good.
Yeah, it's like an achievement. It's like an achievement.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like an achievement.
And as much as it feels that way to you, it feels the same way to us, to know that you have dedicated your life to sharing our cultural heritage, going around the world being proud of what is Jamaican, and just open up and say, hey, have a go, have a taste, enjoy some of this. This is a bit of Jamaica I'm sharing with you. So we're happy to know that you do that, because when we go to places, people already know about Jamaica. They know about reggae. And it's all because of the works of people like you.
Yeah.
So that's really good. That's good, Fabulous. Yeah. Really good there.
And I've been to the US to perform too.
Really? Yeah. Where have you been in the US?
I've been in California. I've been to New York once. Yeah,
The Big Apple.
Yeah, but I've been to California about two, 3 times. I perform over in Las Vegas and yeah.
Wow.
So
You've been to Vegas?
yeah, more than once. I've been to Vegas. I've performed in Vegas about 2 times.
Right? Did you win anything, or you didn't? You didn't go into any of those special buildings?
I went there, but I didn't win anything.
Did you try your luck?
didn't play.
Oh, you didn't play. You're a clever man. You are.
I didn't play. I don't like
but
gambling.
I also know it's a good thing because it can be quite addictive, and then you might take everything away from you that you worked so hard for. But then also, I remember interviewing Jalex on this platform a few months ago. And he spoke about you quite highly because he said he invited you to Montreal.
Yeah, I forgot that I've been to Canada a few times too. Yeah,
well,
I've been to Montreal with Jalex. He keep a festival out there. And I think it was me and Chesidek the first year and the Jalex and yeah. But I've been to Canada a few times. Toronto.
That's nice.
Perform in Toronto.
Yes.
Montreal. Yeah.
Yes. You're well traveled. I like that. You've seen the world. But you know what? I thought I had to help you out with that Jalex one, because I don't think you'll be able to live that one down. If you did not mention going to Canada to perform at Jalex's event.
I was coming around to it, but you beat me to it.
All right. All right, Michael.
Jalex is my good friend. Yeah.
Yeah, he spoke highly of you, so I kind of gathered that there was a good chemistry between both of you. Yeah. That's very
and
nice.
I've been to the Caribbean too. I must mention that I've been to. I've spread the word in Trinidad, Barbados, Grenada. Yeah.
That's very nice. I appreciate that. People who spread the culture. I like that because we've got a lot to share. We've got positive messages to share. We've got our own little Jamaicanness, if I can coin such a term, to share as well. And people quite like it. When you go abroad and they see things like these, they want to share in it. They want to be a part of it. So I always tip my hat to people who are proud to showcase the cultural heritage wherever they go.
But there are some young artists that is great. Like you have a youth near Youngster. I think there's a new awakening. There's this artist, yeah. So Youngster, and he's doing some good songs. and I'm really proud of an artist like that. No, he's from St. Mary, and I can recommend him as a great artist. He might come with good music in the young people style, in his era. Yeah, he's saying it in so positive can work. Guys have to work. All right. That's why I keep singing. That's why I keep singing good music, because I know at some point it's gonna influence some other kid if he sing some good music in a for them era and a for them style. It's just like the same youth I talk about near Youngster. I was in Spain, and this guy look at me and say, "You know about this youth near Youngster?" And I said, "No, I don't really know him." And I say, "Yeah man, listen to them song." And I realized the guy is from St. Mary, and I came back home and me link him on him Instagram and make him know, say, "Yo, we are Spain, me go and me listen to you and me never know nothing about you. And just keep doing some good music, because people out in the world are talk about you."
Yeah. DJs, dancehall artists, reggae stars, rappers, soca kings and queens, Afrobeat stars and performers of other genres, are you about to drop a brand new single, EP, mixtape or album? Or have you just done it? Let us help you shout it out to a captive audience. These are people who just love music and can't wait to listen and enjoy your masterpiece. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain New Music Preview is the platform on which you can shout about your brand new tunes. What's the title of the record? Who is the artist? What's the backstory? When is the release date? Where is it available? This is the information your fans will need to download your music, add it to their playlists and get rocking. Available on the Stargazing with Shaun Cain YouTube channel. Email gazingstarworld@gmail.com. Subscribe, like, share and hit the bell. The Stargazing with Shaun Cain New Music Preview. Come on and get us rocking. While we talk about this, I know that you were mentioning earlier that you were very much an organizer and you organize events and things like those. You used to have your Reggae Sundays. What's happened to that?
All right, with the Reggae Sunday, I had venue problem. That's my greatest downfall for the show.
Right.
But the concept was great.
Yes.
But we're still gonna come with Reggae Sunday after all these pandemic and everything. Now I have my own piece of land out in Port Maria.
Yes.
And we're taking our time putting the road over and there now. I have a brother who is trying to invest too in it. We're gonna have restaurant and we'll be cooking from the farm with and also music. And I'm planning to set up my own little museum because I have a few stuff what I want people to see for the future. So it's still in progress.
Yes. Right. Well, I'm pleased to hear that because it's always nice to have events where we can share in the culture and we can, as a people, just have a social moment where no gonna boss and we're just having a good time, listening to some good music that can really teach us and reassure us that life is good.
People keep asking for it, you know. Because actually reggae.
And you mentioned about the farm also. Yes.
The Reggae Sunday was really something to bring forth talent in terms of what I wanted to do. You know, in Jamaica, it's hard for you to perform a half an hour or an hour on show, on stage. So I used to just feature one established artist with one young artist who maybe have an EP or something, or an album, and they get the chance to really perform.
Right.
And also to share good music in terms of good selectors who play good music and all of these things. And people used to enjoy it. I used to get a lot of visitors from overseas. So the Reggae Sunday it's gonna be back, but in fine style.
All right, I like that. You're gonna wheel and come again. I like that. Well, you see, you've been off for a little while.
Style.
Yeah, and you've been off for a little while, so that's a chance for you to think about some ways in which you can improve on it, what new things you can add to it to make it a lot nicer and more enjoyable. That's good. But you mentioned about the farm, that it will be on a farm. I know that you do a bit of farming as well.
That's
Are you
my
still
hobby
into that?
right now. You know, I live back in the country and
Yes.
I plant a little food to, you know, share and things. So
yeah. So is that as a business or is it just a bit of subsistence farming just to keep you
me occupied and
going?
If sometimes we sell something too, if we have excess, you know.
Right.
We at the same time we're trying to build a sustainable farm. It's not farming is not easy. So we're learning during the process and thing. My wife is a good chef, cook. She her name is Beverly. She does seasoning and spice under her name and we run a little guest house too, so people is always passing through for food and everything. So what we
Yes.
decide, okay, we're gonna open the restaurant. We're gonna cook stuff from the farm, and set up a little tour that people can come and have a tour on the farm. And it's all a big idea. It's just gonna take a little time.
Right, so you're building the portfolio. I like that. You've got the guest house, you've got the seasoning business, you've got the music, you've got the reggae Sundays. Wow, that is really nice to see how the portfolio is building up.
You see, as
That's good.
As an artist, I'm in the business a long time ago. You have to do things and set examples that other people can see, and you know.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yes,
and can be inspired.
You diversify the portfolio. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, it's important to teach that as well. Yes, and practice that as a person. That's very good. Well, Michael, you know what? It was really great talking to you, learning so much about your music, the fact that you are one of our biggest ambassadors. You travel the world, you share our musical heritage with people in different countries, and you're really proud of it. You're also a businessman. You know, you're building your portfolio. You've got a diversified portfolio of businesses, and that's good. But the seasoning, though, that has not really escaped me. Is there a brand? You said she said, yeah. What's the brand? Tell me a little bit about that side of things. Beverly's.
Well, she has she does like merengue powder, and she and
I know merengue.
She also does turmeric powder. And she also do spice. She get the spice like from the bush, like wild parsley and some other stuff that people don't really know about. And she combine
like to add to their cooking
with other stuff, and she's growing slowly, but she's growing.
So is that for sale in supermarkets?
She haven't reached so
other
far
distribution outlets like those?
At the moment, right now, I just got 5 orders for her. 1 in France, 1 in Canada, and 2 in America. You know, so that's that. Yeah, she's doing her thing because she's doing her thing.
That's good to know, man. Well, Michael, fabulous. It was really, really great talking to you. I enjoyed every moment of it. I didn't realize that there was so much to you. You know, I've heard the music, and I know the music is really strong. It's culturally powerful. Also, it speaks to us in terms of giving us strong, good messages as human beings as to how we should live. But then talking to you now, I'm just learning another aspect to you. You're a very powerful man, spiritually strong. And, you know, the value system is very much intact. And we just want you to keep going because the youngsters, they need to hear this so that they can get some examples as to how they can live.
You see, I was inspired by some other people just by listening to them or following their direction. So we try to do the same thing. Inspire other people. Yes. People inspired you, and you just kind of send the inspiration on. You don't hold on to it. You kind of be like a conduit, so it passes through you to other people. Very good, man. That's so noble. You know, that is really kind. Very great. Thank you so much for that. But Michael, before we let you go, I always like to ask questions from this book. It's called Reggae Larger Than Life, the ultimate reggae music fun and games book. It's written by myself, and the purpose of it is just to see how much people know about reggae and dancehall music. Also, it's an opportunity to reminisce with your friends, to see how much they remember about the music and what was happening in their lives when certain songs were being played. So I've selected 2 questions for you from this book. It's available on Amazon. Also, it's available in Jamaica at Ashby's Pharmacy, 160 Old Hope Road in Kingston. If you're into apps, the Android version of the app is available from the Google Play Store. Just type in Reggae Larger Than Life Fun app and you just play away. Download it, just have lots of fun. So I've selected 2 questions from you, Michael. So are you ready to go with us now? Let's go.
All right, so let's see. Ding, 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 drum roll. All right, the first question says, as if I didn't know that this legendary songstress wanted to love me forever. She sadly passed away in 1999 after fulfilling her biggest desire to surround me with love. Who is this beautiful and kind lady of soul and lover's rock? The options are Hortense Ellis, Cynthia Sloss, Phyllis Dillon, and Deborah Glasgow.
I think that's Cynthia. Cynthia
Sloss. Right. Well, I see you've been exposed to some really good music and some great singers. Yes, well done there, Michael. I like that one. Right. Well, I thought I'd stay in the same vein. So let's see how you fare with this one now. From a little cottage in Negril, I wrote these lines to you, is an extract from a well-known Jamaican ballad by which of the following singers? The options are Tinga Stewart, Carl Dawkins, Freddie McGregor, and Tyrone Taylor.
Tyrone is certainly the man. I love that
Definitely.
song.
From a little cottage in Negril. I tell you, it paints such vivid pictures in my mind when he talks about the sunset in Negril and, you know, watching the sunset from the Rick's Cafe and all of that. It's just really good. We used to get some good music, but, you know, you continue in that vein anyway. So, you know, it is still there. We just want some more of it. But, you know, so the questions there, Michael, they were taken from this book. It's called Reggae Larger Than Life, the Ultimate Reggae Music Fun and Games Book. It's written by myself. It's available on Amazon. Also, it's available in Jamaica at Ashby's Pharmacy, 160 Old Hope Road in Kingston. The app is also available, the Android version of it. Just type in Reggae Larger Than Life Fun app into the Google Play Store. You can download it and have lots and lots of fun. Michael, it was great talking to you, man.
Yes, Shaun, and their book, it's a great book. I think I heard Ron Mushet was launching that book at some point.
Yes, yes. A few years ago, we had a big thing on Mellow FM. Yes, a massive promotion. It did very well, you know. And Ron, you know, he was so in love with this. He couldn't get enough of it. And, you know, the energy just transcended. You know, it just came from him. It just resonated from him into the listening public. Yes.
I love that.
Good Virgin, yes. Well, he did a good job with this book. So I just want to thank him, as you mentioned it, you know, for doing that. And see, you remember it because you remember hearing it, Ron talking about it. So that's really good. Right, Michael, you know, it was good talking to you. I'm so happy, you know, that we had this opportunity to speak with a cultural reggae artist like yourself, somebody who is busy taking the music and the culture all around the world and sharing it with people so that we can all be proud. When we go places, people know who we are because of our music and because of people like you that go out there and share it with them. So thank you so much for being a part of the show.
There, you know? Big up all of the fans, them, you know? Worldwide.
Worldwide. All right, so because this is going worldwide from our base here in London. So thank you so much for sharing in this moment, this edition of the show. Remember, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching the show. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment so we know how we're doing. Also the bell, push that bell so that when new shows become available, you will be the very first person to know about this. Until next time, this is Shaun Cain saying thanks for watching.
Go take a wash in the White River and wash it all away. And then me go up a mother fed, wash me locks and all a mess. All a vibes up a anti-man.